Hello and welcome to Theme Park Information. In today's show we've got a review for Formula Rossa, the world's fastest roller coaster, located at Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi. Now we're going to get into some negatives and positives, and we're going to actually start with positive, and that is how its throughput and operations are set out and used. So this is the world's fastest roller coaster, so you actually need protective glasses, and you also you can't carry anything with you. The station is completely empty of stuff. So you actually have lockers, and how they do it is really cool. So you actually have like the queue system, and then that queue kind of feeds into the locker area, and then just after that it's like a small extra straight section of queue where you're given your protective glasses. And it just means there's already people always in those areas, and it just throws really nicely before you get to the gates to ride the ride. Now this ride is really good in the front row especially, I'd recommend going there, but the back row is also pretty sweet. As for the ride vehicle, it has seat belts and lap bars, which are pretty comfortable, and you're not completely squashed in there, thankfully. So there's quite a bit of space, you feel quite free and open, and I do love the actual theme of the train. Now let's get on to the big topic, the launch. It's pretty fantastic. It's both obviously pretty damn powerful in terms of acceleration, but obviously the top speed is what makes it. You are hurtling along by the time you reach the end of it. Fantastic, easily one of the best launches I've ever done. I've done the other couple of like fastest roller coasters as well, so this really stacks up nicely compared to those. However, unfortunately after that you hit a set of trim brakes and you lose, I think, about like a third of your speed or so. I believe the rest of the layout is around 90 odd miles an hour, which is still ridiculously quick, but comparing you were going at 150 just before that point, they could have come up with a staggeringly better layout, and with real forces, maybe those are laterals, maybe it's ridiculous airtime. To compare the rest of the airtime hills and turns and stuff like that, it's actually very reminiscent of the Voyage. There's like what, 6 or so moments of airtime throughout the ride, and they're all kind of weak. Which is a real shame because you could fly over them. Now in fairness, I was there in effectively winter, and I do appreciate roller coasters are usually better in hot weather, so I do accept that they could have actually been better, airtime moments, in the summer. Now I will say this ride is still very picturesque. It's very iconic. It looks great. It's very smooth, very comfortable. It's actually surprisingly rideable as well. There's no kind of aches or pains anywhere, and they had good staff, good throughput. Wasn't queuing for it too long, thankfully, as well. And just generally, it's a really picturesque and generally cool roller coaster. However, the layout is a tiny bit meh, a tiny bit boring, and obviously, it just could be so much better. I think, as the grand scheme of the complaint against it. If I was to give it an overall score, it'd probably be about 72 or so out of 100. Generally a really solid ride, and actually probably worth going to the park for. You'll love the launch, but not as good as it potentially could have been. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I will catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more content.